Hey, it's Shireen Bishmaya and I'm in Laguna Beach, California. Right on the beach, on the moon, almost full in Pisces, so definitely this is the place to be right now. As close to the ocean as possible, and this is actually a good segue into our Aries full moon. It's a very different energy, quite emotional as we get closer to the full moon, because obviously Pisces is extremely watery, and we just had Venus move into Scorpio, and Mercury's in Scorpio getting ready for his retrograde shadow this week. So it's extremely watery right now and emotional. But we're about to head into this fiery full moon in Aries on the 13th. So how can we prepare? I always tend to do the prep videos because we're not really in the energy of the full moon yet. And I always feel like the lead up is really important. So what does it mean that Pisces is preceding Aries? My sense is it's really time to get in touch with our unconscious, and you might have noticed a lot of feelings rumbling around in your dreams, maybe difficult sleep patterns or just a little bit of anxiety. We also had the Sun square Saturn recently, but the way the waves can really churn up all of our emotions and our feelings, you may be feeling like your own unconscious waters and secrets and motivations are really, I hope I don't get washed away here, really coming to the fore now. So I really recommend paying attention to what is going on behind the scenes, what's going on underneath the surface. Look at what's driving you at an emotional level. You may have to dispel some hypersensitivity with Pisces, maybe some paranoia or projections that are coming up, but it's part of the process of helping you in this big rebirth energy of Aries, where we kind of come into a new I am sense of self. So before we get there, we first have to encounter all of the watery, emotional, maybe feelings of victimization or feelings of having to surrender. There's a big surrender energy that happens when we are in the Pisces energy. It's important to reconnect to our soul, to our spirit, to space out, to be near water, to cleanse. So I've been recommending, like, if you can get near the beach or at least take a really long Epsom salt bath or shower or some kind of water ritual, some kind of cleansing ritual is really ideal right now. So I hope you have a chance to do that as you prepare, and look at where, if there's any residual victim complex that you want to let go of. This is the time to do it as you prepare to get back in touch with action when we get into the Aries full moon, which balances the Libra energy, which is all about giving our energy to others, accommodating and adapting, adjusting, accommodating. And then we move more into, well, wait a minute, what about independence, individuality, and honoring my own needs and primal instincts in Aries. So it's this balancing act that's going on right now. But as we go through Pisces, we might be aware of what we're feeling around that polarity, around those issues. So this is a good time to really track what's happening in the subtle body on a more subliminal level, and to look at where you may have been giving your energy away to others and maybe being too people-pleasing, too accommodating with the Libra energy, and how to get back in touch with, wait a minute, where are you in the equation? How can you stay true to yourself and still work for harmony within your relationships? So these are some of the themes that are coming up. Mars and Venus are in an interesting exchange right now between Libra and Scorpio. They're in each other's signs. So Mars is in Libra and Venus is in Scorpio. So they're in constant communication for the next few weeks, while Mercury is getting ready to retrograde in Scorpio. And the translation with that is really looking at our shadow, looking at jealousy, looking at envy, looking at where we may have that kind of detective X-ray vision around other people's motivations, ulterior motives. But where do we fall on the side of perhaps projecting our own fears onto the situation, and then maybe sometimes we're just really tuned into, I saw a meme today for Scorpio that's like, Scorpio sees fake people or something like that, and it's like, yeah, that is the Scorpio job, to sense what is fake and what's threatening. But we can take that to an extreme sometimes, So it's finding the balance again. There's a lot of balancing between. The other thing with Mars, Venus in exchange is like, do we want to be a lover or a fighter? And what about fighting for love, fighting for justice, fighting for passion, fighting for beauty? these are some of the themes I think that are really gonna ring true over the next few weeks. And look to what story is unfolding this week for the Mercury retrograde shadow. Think back to last October, to a story that was happening when Venus was retrograde in Scorpio. Mercury now retrograding in the same sign of Scorpio is helping us to process that story. So you might think back to October 2018. And I wish you all a beautiful pre-full moon energy, and enjoy this Pisces energy for the next couple days, and all the water, and check it out one last time.